to see the notification that we are live streaming. Okay. So this is going to be the recording so I can send you the classes later para que pueda enviarles también la información para que puedan ver la clase más tarde, okay? So, welcome, Samantha and Paola. We also have some other classmates that will be joining in a moment. Se estarán uniendo y también a lo largo de esta semana. So, welcome. So, I already told you a little bit about me, about my name. Yeah, so, well, my name is Eddie. I'm a teacher with more than 7 years of experience. I also have learned some other languages, right? I speak Spanish, English, Italian, Russian, and I'm currently learning Polish. Yeah, you can see some of this information over here. I really love teaching. And well, I like to show the real world that is out there. When you learn English, it's about making friends, it's about culture. And it's really beautiful. And you already told me a little bit about you, right? You told me I think you are from Venezuela, but you are currently living in Colombia, right? You are in Colombia.
Yes, we are. I
Okay.
have a question. Do you teach Italian too?
I do not teach Italian, but we do have the Italian teachers. We have classes, but I don't teach Italian. I only teach English.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
Yes. Okay. So by the way, it's also an Italian teacher. She is native from Italy, and also the French classes they are given by native French teachers. Okay. So okay, very well. So I would like to get to know you a bit better, what you like to do, and that we can have like very motivational classes. Because when you have motivation, you can accomplish your goals. If you don't have motivation, this will be like too difficult and you won't accomplish what you want, yeah? So all the time I would like to be open with you that you can tell me how you feel during the classes. And if you have questions, if there's something you don't understand, you can let me know. And if you would like to feel more motivated in class, you can tell me what we can do so we can improve that. Yeah, basically what we have here. And these classes are for intermediate level, right? Para el nivel intermedio. I will try to speak a little bit slower. I don't want you to be lost. No, no quiero que se sientan perdidas, right? But at the same time, we need to speak English. Yeah, we need to practice. That's the key for everything. Nothing will be as deep and as helpful as you speaking English. Entre más inglés hablen, entre más practiquen, van a poder desarrollar esas habilidades, right? And that's why most of the time I will be speaking English, yeah, so that you can uh, have this interaction, right? And today we are starting the year. Estamos comenzando el año prácticamente. So basically, at the end of the year, you will be able to understand English. Al final del año, incluso antes van a estar dominando el inglés. Yeah, you will be able to understand. You will be able to use it in different contexts. If you like movies or you like series, you can watch them in English, probably without the captions, the subtitles. Yeah. So I would like to start. We already have an introduction, uh, a quick introduction about the course, and we learn about the phonology. Aprendimos acerca de la fonología, la fonética. Yeah. We learned that pronunciation in English is very important. But because this is our first class as a group, I would like to ask you the next thing, yeah? So is this, ¿por qué decidiste aprender inglés? And Well, good thing here is you can participate. We usually have classes with a few students per session so that you can participate as much as you can. However, if you can't talk, you may write your thoughts on the chat. So please feel free to write, either you can speak or you can write. Just express yourselves. Yeah. So I think you already told me a little bit of this when we had these sessions, the demo classes, but it's not bad to hear again what's that motivation in you. So I would like to start with Paula. So about that, you could remind us. You could say in English if you can. If not, you are allowed to say some things in Spanish. You can say it. So why did you decide to learn English, speak English, and being here with us today? Paula, can you hear me? Okay, you can write on the chat, right? Um, okay, so maybe you can write on the chat, please, and I would like to ask Samantha. Samantha, what is your motivation to be here today?
Sure. Well, I'm about to get into college this year. So this college um needs, well, I need to have a B1 of English to get into this college. So that's the main reason why I'm studying English. But the other side, I really like um, studying language. So after I finish English, I would like to start studying another language, probably. And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, okay, so that's a good thing. And what do you do? Or you say you're studying high school or university?
I just finished high school and I'm about to start college.
Okay. And what would you like to study?
Aviation.
Okay. So what about aviation? Would you like to learn how to fly a plane or do you want to be a mechanic?
I would like to fly a plane. I want to be a commercial pilot.
Okay. Okay, so well, that's a really beautiful thing. I think it's a profession that many people dream of having. Okay,
Yeah.
and well, I would like to ask the same for Paula, but I don't know if Paula, you could tell us, what are you studying, if you're going to university? So you can write on the chat, please, and tell us what you would like to do. And in the meantime, we go back to Samantha. So, when did you start having this dream of planes and everything? Did you start when
Um,
you were a kid, or you just had a dream now?
no, I want to be a pilot since I am a kid. Since I know what's a pilot, I wanted to become a pilot.
Okay, good. So that sounds like a plan already. Good. And
Yeah.
Paola says she's studying the 10th grade. I think that's, I don't know, maybe high school. And Paola, what do you like to do? Do you have any hobbies? Do you, I don't know, do you like music? Do you like art? Um, do you like sports? And the same question for you, Samantha. So you have you have a passion that is planes. Now, what do you like? Do you have any hobbies? Do you like any kind of music, art? What do you like?
Well, I'm very into music. I
Mhm.
used to play piano,
Okay.
not now, but I used to. And sometimes I like to go running in my free time, and I love movies. That's my passion basically. I literally love movies so much.
Okay, good. What kind of movies do you watch?
Every kind of movie. I like to watch, um especially horror movies
Okay.
or romance, but I'm open to anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, you know, I really like music too. I play piano and guitar. I love. I was even taking singing classes. And I like different kinds of music because well, when I was younger and I was a teenager, I used to listen to rock music and alternative music all the time. But then I opened to other genres. You know, I like classical music. I love ballads. I love pop rock. I can listen to basically anything except country. I don't like country music. And Paula, what are your hobbies? You could tell us too. This is important because I really want to plan the classes in the way that they are interesting to you and that we can learn vocabulary that you want to learn. You know, we have a program, but we can always learn something that is more approachable to you, you know, more appealing to you. And well, Paola, you can share us about your hobbies here in the chat. Eventually, maybe the next classes, you could turn on your microphone or see if you can turn on your microphone so that you can participate, because it's better when you have the communication with voice. You know, sometimes online it's difficult. We have to admit, right? Some people are just need to be very disciplined when you want to study online, but it has many advantages because you can study from everywhere. You can study from your bed. You can be in your the comfort of your house. You know, for example, I'm drinking juice. You can drink a coffee or chocolate. Well, coffee is a bit too late for coffee, but you can drink whatever you want and you can be just very comfortable at home. But yeah, you need to be disciplined. My recommendation is that you have a notebook and you can take notes. We already saw this topic when you were in demo classes, and we analyzed that in order to have a good pronunciation, you need to know the phonetic system. I gave you some tips of pronunciation, for example, to pronounce the R, L, and T. Yeah. So now I would just like to talk about something that is like how we're going to evaluate you, right? This is an example from one student. Um, and this is the criteria that we follow in order to grade you, yeah? So this is like similar to what you will have. All your grades will be here. And we're going to evaluate oral test, written test, a final project, which is a video project. and the classes that you come here, your attendance, participation, homework, yeah. So just let's analyze what you can get, yeah. For the first thing that is evaluation, you will have classroom assessment. Yeah, it's how you translate the first one, classroom assessment. This is 30%. Esto vale el 30% de su evaluación, yeah? So what do we have here? Attendance, participation, and homework. So it's very easy to get your participation in class if you come to classes. Attendance is very important. However, if you can't make it one day to class, just make sure you watch the recording and I will assign you some special homework so you can make it up. And a homework too. Yeah, we're going to have some homework that I will assign you on our platform, etc. And a final project. The final project is a 20%. And what is it about? Well, it could be different topics, but basically you need to record a video and talking about a certain topic. This is a 20%. Then we have a written test that is just the 20%, and it's reading, listening, etc. And finally, the oral test. Oral test is 30%. So for us, it's more important the oral test than the written test. Yeah. Basically, because when you need to use English, the most important thing is what you say and not really passing the test of grammar. So that's what we pay the most attention. And if you have all these things, if you meet um, all these criteria, then you will have a 100%. And 100% is the best grade you can have, or it can be less. Yeah. So this is how we're going to evaluate you. Yeah. So even if we are online and everything, but there's a real thing going on here. We're going to evaluate you. You're going to have exams, and it's not going to be actually that difficult. The exams are just for you to check your progress, and the most important thing is your participation, your attendance, and that you speak all the time during these classes. Not me, but you. Yes, you are the most important part of these classes. You are everything to us. So this is will what we will analyze in order to evaluate you. Okay? Please give me 1 second. So as I told you, some partners will be joining now. Some of them contacted me and they were well, they were telling me they will be coming the next class, they will be joining the next class. Uh, one moment. Okay. So, and this is about the evaluation. I will tell you little by little about the books and the platform that we have. Yeah. So, um, okay, I have the AC, I don't know there, but here it's a bit hot. So good, let's go. So the first thing we're going to learn is about a topic that many people don't like, but that we need to learn every day. Um, and it's so important, right? So today we're going to talk about grammar, but it's going to be different to what you have heard. Many people have a bad perception of grammar, right? They think that grammar is boring. They think that grammar is unnecessary. So, in order to start, I would like to ask you, what is your opinion of this topic? And do you know what grammar is? What is the definition of grammar for you? ¿Qué, qué es la gramática? What is grammar for you? Can you give a definition?
Well, it could be, I mean, how to connect words in any language. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but I think it's something like that.
Okay. Paula, you didn't tell us what your hobbies are. Could you write on the chat? And also, please, can you tell us what your hobbies are? I would like to well, what your hobbies are and what grammar is for you. Please tell me, what do you think grammar is? Okay, so here we have a definition of grammar. Yeah, it refers to how we combine, organize, and change words, parts of words, and groups of words to make meaning. So when you read something in English and you have a book or you have a paper, anything that has a text, so you take a piece of paper or the page of a book and you see that it has words, but those words have different uses. Yeah, I always compare this to the bricks, to some building material. Um, so you see here, right? Okay, music and writing. That's good. So that means you have a creative approach, right? You are creative. Okay, so imagine that you're going to build a house. And what do you need? You need the materials, you need the bricks, you need the cement, you need all these things. But now imagine that you don't have any knowledge how to build a house. You don't have any idea. No saben construir casa. But you have the materials. What are you going to do with those materials? If, well, because I don't know, for example, I don't know anything about construction. Yo no sé nada de construcción, no? I'm not an engineer, I'm not an architect. I mean, I'm an engineer, but I'm not an architect, like specialized in this area. So, I wouldn't be able to build anything, no? No podría construir nada que sea estable o duradero. So it's the same thing without grammar. You may know vocabulary. Sometimes we say the most important thing you can do um, is a vocabulary. Es lo único que necesitas es el vocabulario. But how are you going to use this vocabulary to create words? That's the thing, right? ¿Cómo utilizas ese vocabulario para construir palabras? That's actually the most difficult thing. And this is just to show you, right? If you have the vocabulary, but you don't know how to use this vocabulary to create meaning, then you won't go, you won't create any words, anything that makes sense, any sentences. So this is grammar. Grammar is the knowledge to put these bricks together, to know the exact amount that you're going to use and everything. Yeah. But many people still hate grammar. Yeah. And actually, when you speak Spanish, which is your mother tongue, cuando hablas español, no piensas en todas las reglas que están en ese idioma. Simplemente sale naturalmente. Yeah. Well, that natural process is exactly what we want to achieve here. Because if you are overwhelmed with the rules when you're speaking, you are going to feel like you can't say a thing. Así te sientes si estás pensando todo el momento en reglas gramaticales a la hora de hablar. No sale naturalmente. No hay fluidez. So actually, we need to find a balance between learning grammar and not letting that stopping you from learning. So what we're going to do here is to learn grammar in a very inductive way. Vamos a aprender gramática de una manera inductiva so that you can start creating words so you can speak without even thinking about the rules, incluso sin pensar en las reglas, puedas hablar de manera correcta, ¿no? Y eso es la gramática inductiva. That's exactly what we're going to check. Yeah, so obviously we need to learn some things, right? Tenemos que, por ejemplo, que saber pasado simple. We will need to learn how to different kinds of future, aprender diferentes tipos de futuro, las condicionales. But it's very different from learning in a direct approach, es decir, alguien que te ponga aquí, por ejemplo, las fórmulas de cómo crear la oración, ¿no? Y te diga, ah, pues es esto, más un verbo, más complement, más esto, que tú naturalmente puedas producir ese idioma, ¿ya? So that's what we want to achieve here. And we don't want to do this, no queremos hacer esto porque eso es lo opuesto de aprender el idioma de algo natural, ¿ya? So, I know that you like planes, you want to be a pilot. I know that you like art, you like music, and you have passions, right? You have hobbies. What you need to do is to make this part of your learning. Tienen que hacer esto parte de su aprendizaje. So you need to watch YouTubers or follow in your social media people who do what you like to do. Yeah. If you like planes, well, you can read about it, you can watch movies about it, or YouTubers who have this knowledge, but watch them in English, consume. This is one of the best things, you can do. Consume content on social media in English. Consumir contenido de redes sociales en inglés. This is what is going to help you in this language or any other language, también para aprender cualquier otro idioma. Yeah. So, what we're going to do here is to learn something that is called parts of speech. Este sería como el tema de la clase de hoy, es parts of speech, partes discursivas, ¿ya? So, we're going to learn what are the categories of words, como les dije, cada palabra pertenece a una categoría, and it has a function, ¿no? Tiene una función. And you can transform this word in different ways, yeah? I'm going to show you the example of, let's think about the verb or the word fast. Yeah, pensemos en la palabra fast. Yeah, so fast is what? If I say I'm a fast runner. Yeah. So what is the purpose of fast in this sentence?
Describe that you are a fast runner. I
Okay,
mean, describe what you are.
so it describes. So the words that describe they are called adjectives. Yeah. So you're right. The adjectives describe nouns. Describen sustantivos. Yeah, that's the purpose of this word. But if I say I walk fast or I swim fast or any other verb, so now what's the purpose of fast in this sentence?
The same.
Well, looks similar, but it's not the same. Here, fast is used to describe that used to describe the noun. In this case, me. But here, fast is used to describe something else, something different. That is a verb. Yeah. So I say this is an adverb. Why? Because this describes a verb. Yeah. So this is an adjective, fast runner, but this is an adverb and is the same word, fast, but in two different sentences. So is the same if I have a keyword like happy, and I say, well, I'm happy. Yeah, this is an adjective. It's describing myself. But if I say, I sing happily, okay, so happy and happily are similar. But again, this is an adjective because it describes my person. This is an adverb because this describes how I do something. This is an adverb. ¿Ya? Y luego puedo modificar happy y decir happier. ¿Y entonces qué es esto? Un comparative adjective. ¿Ya? And you can do this with many things. Now, what is happiness? What is happiness? For example, I could say the happiness of flying. Now, what is the function of this word in the sentence? Now, I'm not describing a noun. I'm not describing a verb. What am I doing here?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so happiness is translated as felicidad. And what is that? So, again, this is not an adjective porque no está describiendo nada. No es un adverb tampoco. But this is a noun. Este ahora es un sustantivo. ¿Ya? Y es la felicidad, ¿no? La felicidad de volar. Ok, so happiness, un sustantivo, algo que existe. ¿Ya? So I have happy, happily, happiness, but it comes from the same base, la misma base de happy. Yeah. So you can use a verb or a noun and you can transform, puedes transformar ese verbo o esa palabra en otras cosas. Yeah. So the ability to do this is key for you to use English correctly. Like you know how to identify, right? These things, porque no puedes decir en inglés, I am happily, ¿ya? No se puede decir soy felizmente, ¿ya? Entonces ahí está la clave en utilizar las palabras y el vocabulario correctamente. You don't say I sing happy. No, it's happily. Yeah. So we need to know how to use uh, this these words and identifying what the function is. Entonces, el primer grupo, la primera familia, they're called nouns. So we already know that in Spanish nouns means sustantivo, but what is that? What is a noun? Qué es la definición de esto? What is a noun?
A noun could be maybe a compliment to talk about, I don't know, places, people, or things, like to compliment
Mhm.
things, maybe.
Okay, good. So, and yes, the nouns are everything that you see. Yeah. Everything that receives a name. The computer that you have in front of you, Paola is a noun. I am a noun. Everything that you see in definitions of things, right? For example, happiness is a noun. History, economy, geography, mathematics, cosas que les damos un nombre, ¿no? El amor, love, hatred. You don't see love, no ves el amor, no ves el odio, pero son conceptos. Todos esos son sustantivos. We have different groups or subgroups of nouns: the countable, the uncountable, proper, common, abstract, collective, etc. So, we're going to talk about nouns that you are related to, yeah? So, we're going to get um, we're going to get 10 countable nouns and 10 uncountable nouns related to aviation, yeah, and piloting. And Paola is studying the 10th grade and she likes music. Okay, but you didn't tell me an artist. And you said you write, but what do you like to write? Do you like to write in your diary? Do you like to write novels? Do you like to write? What do you like to write, Paula? Like, for example, do you think you would be a good author, that you like to write stories? Because I can't do much with this information. Okay, maybe you can tell me, Paula, what is your favorite artist, or what the kind of things you like to write, you know? Okay, short stories. Okay. So I think you would like to maybe write books or something. Okay. Some let's see. First with example that Samantha provided. I'm going to give you 10 examples of countable nouns and then uncountable nouns, yeah? So when you have the countable nouns, it means that you can count. That's obvious, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 10, 100. All right. And then you have some uncountable nouns that is not possible to do this. Okay, you cannot count, for example, love. No, you say I have one love, two loves, three loves. It's not possible, right? You can say lovers, but not loves. Okay, so a countable noun can be when talking about aviation. Okay, it can be the runway. Okay, what is the runway, Samantha? You know?
No, I don't know.
No? Okay, so runway is this uh, airport. This is the runway. It is the place where the planes take off and where they land. Actually, those are the verbs, yeah? Despegar, yeah? Take off and land, aterrizar. So the runway is the place where the planes take off and land. Okay, what else is countable? Well, you can talk about the cockpit. The cockpit is, you know, the cockpit?
No.
No. Cockpit is the place where, inside the plane, where the pilot and the co-pilot work. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a plane's cockpit. Have you ever seen a cockpit inside? Have you ever been inside a plane and seen the cockpit?
Yes, I have.
Okay, yes, it's amazing, right? I saw so many buttons and switches and things that I don't know what they're for. Yeah, it looks like this. It's very impressive. Okay, it must be. I mean, it's a plane. Okay, so that's a cockpit. Do you know the engine? You know engine?
Like engineer?
Yes, like well, like engineer, but actually, you know, the word in Spanish, ingeniero, for example, it comes from ingenio, yeah? Engineer viene de la palabra engine, que engine significa motor, yeah? So an engineer is basically someone who works with engines. So well, in this case, engine is motor, yeah? What else? Well, these are things that are countable, right? There are some things that are not comfortable. That I mean, not they are not countable. For example, la palabra fuel, combustible no es contable. Yeah. Obviously, you can count the liters, the gallons. Cuánto puedes contar litros o los galones, pero la palabra combustible no es contable. Yeah. What else? Safety is another uncountable noun. No puedo tener un safety, two safeties, three safeties, etc. Right? Otra palabra que no es contable sería weather, ¿no? No puedo contar los climas. I cannot count communication, no puedo contar comunicaciones, sí, cinco comunicaciones, you know. Pressure, presión, la presión atmosférica, I cannot count it in experience, ¿no? La experiencia tampoco es contable, ¿ya? So, Now, talking about Paola, so she says she likes to write things, and well, it's related to writing as an author. Okay, so well, we can think about the word book. Yeah, book is countable. Chapter, los capítulos son contables. You can count the paragraphs, puedes contar párrafos. You can count, I don't know, you can count sentences, oraciones, palabras. But there's something you can count, ¿no? No puedes contar, por ejemplo, inspiration. La inspiración es un sustantivo abstracto incontable, ¿ya? Motivation. You have research, ¿ya? Research, la investigación es un sustantivo incontable. What else? Passion, criticism is uncountable. So, uh, this is what we have, right? We have these kinds of nouns. Now, in English, when you want to ask cuánto, you have this question that is how much or how many. Yes. But one of these is used when you have uncountable nouns, and the other one is when you have countable nouns. So how much and how many, they mean the same, but they're used in different circumstances. Entonces, ¿qué significa how much? Es cuánto. But do we use it for countable or uncountable? What do you think? Do we use this for countable or for uncountable nouns?
For countable.
Uncountable.
Oh,
Uncountable. Yeah. And how many for countable nouns? Yeah. So, for example, si yo quiero preguntar cuánta pasión, no diría how many passion. I say how much passion, how much motivation, how much inspiration. And I could use for countable nouns, you can say how many runways, how many cockpits, how many engines, how many planes. Yeah. Then I want to say that I have the word a lot of, puedo decir a lot of, plenty of, and much, que significa mucho, then this is for uncountable, okay? But you also have many, you can use many or a lot of too para contables. Eso es mucho contable, ¿ya? Countable. Entonces yo puedo decir, I have many airplanes, I have many seats, I have many books. Pero no se puede decir I have much books, I have much airplanes, ¿ya? So now we have the opposite, cuando quiero decir que tengo poco de algo, ¿ya? And you have a few and a little, ¿ya? A few, a little. Entonces, a few es poquito, poco, pero incontable. Ya, perdón, contable, ¿ya? This is countable. And I can say, I don't know, there are a few books, a few words, a few paragraphs, or a few cockpits, a few engines. And on the other side, when you have uncountable nouns, contiene sustantivos incontables, entonces tenemos es palabras como, yo puedo decir, a little motivation, poca motivación. Entonces digo, a little motivation, a little research, a little passion, a little criticism. Yeah. So we have here como decir mucho y poco, dependiendo si es contable o incontable. Yeah. This is why we need to know some grammar. Yeah. Because you have the vocabulary, but you need to know when to use certain words. Yeah. And then you obviously have the word there is and there are. This is a little basic, but this is something that we need to remember. Yeah. So remember that there is, we use it when we have something uncountable, yeah? For example, there is a little, um, okay, let's see. that, you know, sometimes when you're flying, well, there's a little turbulence, yeah, we could say. A veces cuando viajas en el avión hay un poco de turbulencia, yeah. Entonces dirías, there's a little turbulence, yeah. And I can say there are for countable things when they are plural, yeah. I can say there are many seats in this plane. Hay muchos asientos en este avión. So, when we're going to check the next class, we're going to talk about the next part of speech. Vamos a ver la siguiente parte discursiva, que son los verbos. De nuevo, vamos a ver verbos relacionados a lo que les interesa, you know, that is the planes. We're going to check adjectives, adverbs, and we're going to see all the parts of speech. Okay. So, thank you so much. And well, that's it for tonight. Hopefully, tomorrow we start classes a little bit more early on time. But thank you so much for joining, and it's nice to see you. And well, thank you so much. Have a good night over there. Samantha